Mensch, ärgere, dich, nicht is a German board game, developed by Josef Friedrich Schmidt in 1907–1908. The game was issued in 1914 and sold about 70 million copies, driven by huge popularity among German troops serving in World War I. It is a cross and circle game with the circle collapsed onto the cross, similar to the Indian game Parcheesi, the Colombian game Parques, the American games Parcheesi, Aggravation, and Trouble, and the English game Ludo. Name. The name of the game literally translates to, man, don't get annoyed, though Mensch is gender-neutral. The name derives from the fact that a peg is sent back to the outfield when another peg lands on it, similar to the games Sorry and Trouble. Rules. The game can be played by 2, 3 or 4 players, 1 player per board side. Each player has 4 game pieces, which are in the out area when the game starts, and which must be brought into the player's home row. Early games had painted wooden pieces. The rows are arranged in a cross pattern. They are surrounded and connected with a circle of fields, over which the game pieces move in clockwise direction. There are 3 fields nearest to each side of the board. The left one is the player's start field and the middle one leads to the home row. This means that each game piece enters the circle at the start field, moves over the board and finally enters the home row. The first player with all of their pieces in their home row wins the game. The players throw a die in turn and can advance any of their pieces in the game by the thrown number of dots on the die. Throwing a 6 means bringing a piece into the game, and throwing the die again. In some variants, a player who has no pieces in the game has 3 tries to throw 6. If a piece is on the start field and there are still pieces in the out area, it must be moved as soon as possible. If a piece cannot be brought into the game, then any other piece in the game must be moved by the thrown number, if that is possible. Pieces can jump over other pieces, and throw out pieces from other players if they land on them. A player cannot throw out his own pieces though, and cannot advance further than the last field in their home row. A player cannot be thrown out if he is on his start field.